Hey, there's your Wisconsin wine guy. I'm back again with another wine review for you. Summertime wines. Again, myself, when I talk about summertime wines, I like to drink wines, red wines. I do a lot of white wines and rosés in the summertime. They can't get away from it. I do them in the fall and winter too, but I do a lot in the summer times because it's hot. Who wants to drink like a 15% alcohol, 14% alcohol red wine, right? Okay, so I try to do something like crisp, refreshing, and light, going with the different dishes. It's springtime, summertime, things are new, so why not have a light, refreshing, fruit-forward wine? That's my spiel for wine. But that's not why you're here. You're here because I do wine reviews of wines I like to call everyday drinking wines. These are wines that you can find when you shop for wine, liquor store, grocery store, some wine shops. These wines are across the nation, most of them that I do here. There only probably been a few that you couldn't find across the United States. But the majority of them are like probably all of the United States. All right? Everyday drinking wines. I pick a couple of wines, give it a taste, and give you a review. My personal opinion, what I think about the wines. I want to help give you a guide when you're perusing the wine aisles in your store and deciding what should I buy. Hey, let's check the Wisconsin Wine Guy, see if he reviewed that, right? There you go. So, I do this and grade it with a simple system. Thumb rating system. Thumbs up. How easy as that? Thumbs up. Good wine, good everyday drinking wine, good price to quality value. Can't go wrong with that one. 3/4. You know what? It's a wine that I was on the fence about, but as I drink more of it, it's like, wow, you know what? I'll keep some of this on hand. That means I'll drink more of this and not some of my really good wines, right? And I'll share with my friends. That's 3/4, halfway. Ooh, something about that wine just did not work for me. And I'll let you know what it was. It doesn't make it a bad wine. It just didn't work for my palate. You give it a try. Let the rest of us know what you think. Thumbs down. Always an easy one, right? Can't go wrong with it. Thumbs down. So, let's get to today's show. I had to do some research on this, like going back, I should say, for reviews. And I discovered the last time that I reviewed the Meiomi Pinot Noir was the 2017 vintage. This is the 2022 vintage. Now, I didn't watch the video. As always, I don't watch my videos from the previous review. I like to be fresh in the current state of mind of what the review is going to be today. Leave the wine on its own, give it its own merit, stand on its own merit, right? That's the way to do it. So, the Pinot Noir Meiomi, California, 2022. Grapes are sourced throughout different places in California. California is an AVA itself, all right? So they source the grapes from different areas throughout California. This is Pinot Noir. When Meiomi hit the wine shelves, they probably had good marketing, and people really did like it. Okay, it was different, it was unique, it was new. Wow, people went crazy over the Meiomi, and it sold well. And I believe it probably still sells well today. There's been quite a few wines, if I think back over time, that's another video of brands. I should do a video on different brands that took the consumer by storm and just went crazy, just exploded. In fact, here's the funny part. Before there was a social media, in the term viral, wines used to go viral, across the nation, across the world, across the international stage. Wines used to go viral, but this was one of those domestically speaking that went viral. Okay, Meiomi. And Meiomi, came out doing the internet, the social media stage, so there you go. But there's a lot of wines that went viral long before we had social media influencing what we did. So this is a 2022. Alcohol is coming in at 13.5% Meiomi Pinot Noir out of California. Let's give it a taste. Screw cap. Again, I'm a big fan of screw caps. I do like the idea of opening a wine with a cork, but I am definitely a big fan of screw caps. Why? I can stand this up in my refrigerator. When I had a wine shop and screw caps was first hitting the scene, I can stand those wines up because I knew that the wine was bad in that bottle, it went in that way. Unlike a cork, that different things can happen, right? Swelling, shrinkage, different things can happen with a cork. But with a screw cap, boom, you're set. Lay it down, stand it up, you're good to go. And then there's a really nice wine, like an expensive wine that has a screw cap, You don't have to be so much concerned about it if you decide to stand it up inside of your wine cellar where you have a controlled environment, for some of your more exquisite wines. So there's an advantage to screw caps. So that's my screw cap spiel, my screw cap ad, right? So Meiomi, Pinot Noir. Again, one of those, I can't really call it a cult wine, but let's call it a viral wine, all right? And I must confess that I was never a fan of Meiomi. The Meiomi Pinot Noir. I was never a fan of it. Even the very first time, when it came out, the very first time I tasted it, I was not a fan. This reminds me of when Seven Deadly Sins first hit the market, 2004, 2005. I was a big fan. It was fantastic. But then it became that viral wine, all right? And after that, it became just mass-produced, and it changed, okay? But I was not a fan of this from day one, but I figured since the last vintage I tasted was 2017, let's taste the 2022 and see where it's at, okay? Here we go. So, on the nose, we got dark berry, strawberry, cherry, spice. I'm going to go with clove spice. Clove spice or anise or anise, depending on where you are. So that's what I get here on the nose, okay? So very fruit-forward type of nose, all right? Look at that color. I mean, that color is dense. That color puts you in mind that there may be a blend added to this somewhere, somehow. A blend of a darker grape, but I can't find any information. As far as I know, it's all Pinot Noir. But typically from California, depending on where it's from California, you will find, like it's Russian River Valley, you'll find some of those Pinot Noirs will have a deeper color to it versus some of the Pinot Noirs, coming from other parts of California, like Monterey, okay, or Santa Barbara, Santa Maria. Those would be a little bit lighter in color. So there's a nose on this here. Alcohol, what did I say it was? 13.5. So retail is holding steady on this one. You'll find this anywhere on sale for $17.99 to regular price $30. So $17.99 to $30 you'll find the Meiomi. I mean, it's funny. It's just like the Seven Deadly Sins. Seven Deadly Sins is still holding its value, or I should say its retail cost today. I think now you probably can find that at $17 or $18, and depending where you are, you may find it at $23. Okay, so this is still holding its retail value. Let's see how long it's gonna last. So there we go. It does spend 6 months in French oak. I'll tell you that. But you know me, two-step process. First is going to be the taste for acidity. Here we go. Great acidity. Makes the mouth water. Doesn't shy that way. So I dig that. Now for the taste. So, very berry tasting Pinot Noir. Has a little sweetness to it. I can see the attraction to it. Okay, it almost has a fullness on the palate. Ooh, there's a little bit of mocha chocolate. Like what do you call those? Tootsie Roll chocolate taste to it. Totally. Cedar notes. Flavor-wise, it's pretty nice. For me, it's the sweetness. When I'm thinking Pinot Noir. I've had Russian River Valley Pinot Noirs, that are rich and full but not sweet. So for me, it's the sweetness that comes out of this one here. I totally get the attraction. for this wine, for the palate. It created a very nice wine that would attract quite a few different palates, and even those who want to try something different, something unique. Eventually you're going to grow tired, but in the beginning, in the intermediate, they're going to enjoy this wine. So let's get to the grading. All right, so I'm going to go halfway on this. I don't know what I did before. I got to find out, but I'm going to halfway on this to tell you why. I don't like the sweetness. Okay, that's just me. You got the sweetness. You got the astringency from the wood. It's like it's out of balance for my palate. But I don't want to give it a thumbs down because I do like some of the flavor components that exist there. I just wish that it was a lot more balanced and a lot less sweet, for my palate. Again, it doesn't make it a bad wine, but that's what it happens for my palate. So halfway on this one, we taste it again. Yep, I'm sticking with it. Halfway. There you have it, 2022 Meiomi Pinot Noir from California. I gotta go back and watch the video and see what I thought about the 2017. It's your Wisconsin wine guy saying to you as always, let your palate be the guide, not mine. Let your palate be the guide who's selecting your wine, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!